Long ago, a businessman married a woman, and their love story became legendary. People often cited them as an example of what true love should look like. They were known as the perfect couple, with a bond so strong that even when darkness engulfed the entire city, a torch on their roof would burn all night. Even the queen of that kingdom had heard of their love. One night, as the king and queen stood on the palace roof, gazing at the moon and stars, the king's eyes drifted to the city below. Amidst the darkness, a lone torch flickered on a distant rooftop. Curiosity sparked a discussion between the king and queen. The king argued that the businessman's marriage thrived because of the husband's sensibility and dedication, while the queen countered, claiming the wife's cultured nature and wisdom held the relationship together. Their debate escalated until the king proposed a test to uncover the truth about the couple's love. The next day, the queen sent her maid to the businessman with a message. "The queen is enchanted by you. If you kill your wife, she is ready to marry you." The businessman, taken aback, firmly replied, "Apologize to the queen on my behalf and tell her that even if 1,000 queens come, I will never leave my wife. I will protect and cherish her for life." When the queen heard this, it was the king's turn to test the wife. He sent a servant to deliver a similar message. "The king desires you. If you kill your husband, he will marry you and make you the queen of the kingdom." The wife replied, "Tonight, between 2 and 3 o'clock, the torch on our roof will be extinguished. When it goes out, you'll know I've fulfilled the king's wish." The servant relayed the message, and the king immediately prepared his soldiers. "If the torch goes out, we'll rush to the house and save the businessman," he commanded. That night, the king and queen anxiously watched from the palace roof. To their shock, the torch went out at the appointed time. Soldiers rushed to the businessman's house but arrived too late. The wife had betrayed her husband and taken his life. She was arrested, but the businessman was gone. The king was devastated. Unable to sleep, he wrestled with anger and heartbreak, feeling deeply betrayed. By morning, his emotions boiled over. In a fit of rage, he ordered his minister to execute every woman in the kingdom. The minister, horrified, sought advice from his wise elderly father. "The king has lost his senses," he exclaimed. "He wants all women hanged because of one woman's betrayal." The father advised him, "Hide for now, my son. When the king returns, I will handle this." That evening, when the king found the minister missing, he confronted the minister's father. Furious, he shouted, "Your son disobeyed me. I'll have him executed first." The old man replied calmly, "Your Majesty, I understand your pain. You've witnessed betrayal where you believed there was true love. But let me share a story before you act." The king listened as the old man recounted, "Once, during a hunt with your father, I lost my way in the forest. A warrior appeared, captured me, and took me to a graveyard. There, he dug 2 graves, one for my burial, or so I thought. Then he brought a headless corpse, saying, 'This is the man who destroyed my life. He killed my husband because he desired me.' The warrior removed their helmet, revealing a woman. She said, 'Bury this man beside my husband, and now I will end my own life to be with my beloved for eternity.' She then cut her throat, sacrificing herself for love. That day, I understood the depths of true love and devotion. Your Majesty, do not let one woman's betrayal cloud your judgment of all women. Just as there are wicked people, there are also those with hearts full of love and sacrifice." The king, moved by the story, rescinded his order, realizing the folly of punishing all for the sins of one. He understood that while betrayal hurts deeply, it should not blind us to the goodness that still exists in the world. This story teaches us that heartbreak can cloud our judgment, but it's important to remember that love and kindness endure, even in a world where betrayal exists. Do not judge the many by the actions of a few. Love deeply, and let the world find inspiration in your love. The story teaches a profound lesson about love, betrayal, and the importance of not letting a single painful experience cloud our judgment of the world around us. True love is not easily defined by one's actions or mistakes. It is often found in sacrifice, loyalty, and selflessness. While the businessman's wife betrayed her husband, leading to tragic consequences, the story contrasts her actions with the woman who sacrificed her life out of pure love for her husband, demonstrating that love is not always as it seems. It is easy to be overwhelmed by feelings of betrayal, and in those moments, we may be tempted to generalize or judge others harshly, assuming that all love or all people are like the ones who hurt us. However, the story reminds us that love exists in many forms, and it is essential to see the good in others despite the bad. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, does not mean that we will never find genuine love again. It teaches us not to hold the failures of a few against the many, and that the capacity for true love and kindness still exists in the world. When we experience hurt, we must heal and move forward, knowing that love will find us in its purest form. Always remember, there are bad people in the world, but there are also good ones, and love, in its truest form, has the power to transform and inspire.